The untold story of Margot Robbie, from struggle to superstar. Margot Robbie is one of the most recognized faces in Hollywood today, a global superstar who has gone from a small-town girl in Australia to the producer and lead actress of billion-dollar blockbusters. But her journey has been anything but easy. Behind the red carpets and dazzling premieres is a story of financial hardship, brutal rejection, and a constant fight to be taken seriously in an industry that often reduces women to stereotypes. Humble beginnings. Margot Elise Robbie was born in Dalby, Queensland, in 1990. Her childhood was far from glamorous. Raised mostly by her single mother, Sari Kessler, a physiotherapist, Margot grew up on a farm in the Gold Coast hinterlands. Life there was tough. Her father abandoned the family when she was just a child, leaving Sari to raise 4 kids on her own. Margot was independent from an early age. By 16, she was juggling 3 jobs at once, working at Subway, cleaning houses, and bartending, just to help her mother pay the bills. She has said that while she never starved, money was always tight, and the weight of responsibility often fell on her shoulders. But those struggles gave her a relentless work ethic and an ability to thrive under pressure, qualities that would later carry her through Hollywood's brutal system. Early career struggles. Margot's first steps in acting came with small commercials and guest appearances on Australian TV. Her big break back home was the soap opera Neighbours, a show famous for launching Australian stars. But while Neighbours gave her steady work, Margot knew it wasn't enough. At just 20 years old, she made a bold move. She packed up her life, bought a one-way ticket, and moved to Los Angeles with almost no connections. The transition wasn't easy. She was just another blonde girl in a city overflowing with aspiring actresses. Auditions were ruthless. Casting directors dismissed her with lines like, "We've seen 100 girls like you today." Margot struggled to stand out, but she refused to give up. She trained her American accent tirelessly, studied the industry, and went after every opportunity. The breakthrough. Her persistence paid off in 2013 when she landed the role of Naomi LaPaglia in Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street. Acting alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill, Margot delivered a performance that was both seductive and commanding. The infamous nude and fight scenes made her the talk of Hollywood overnight. Margot later admitted she was terrified during filming, even slapping DiCaprio for real in one scene because Scorsese encouraged her to improvise. That moment earned her respect as an actress who wasn't afraid to take risks. But while the world gossiped about her beauty and shocking scenes, critics noticed her raw talent. Margot was no longer just a hot blonde. She was a force to be reckoned with. Hollywood's new queen. After The Wolf of Wall Street, doors opened quickly. Margot starred in Focus with Will Smith, proving she could hold her own against Hollywood veterans. She followed with The Legend of Tarzan, and then delivered her most iconic early role, Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Her portrayal of the chaotic anti-hero stole the spotlight. Despite the film's poor reviews, Margot became the breakout star. Harley Quinn merchandise flooded stores, cosplay exploded worldwide, and she suddenly had a global fanbase. But success brought new problems. Critics questioned if she would forever be typecast as the sexy blonde or the comic book character. Margot knew she had to fight to control her narrative. A producer and a powerhouse. Instead of letting Hollywood control her, Margot flipped the script. She co-founded her production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, with her husband Tom Ackerley and close friends. Her goal was clear: to create projects that gave women more complex, interesting roles. Her boldest move came in 2017 with I, Tonya. Margot not only starred as disgraced figure skater Tonya Harding, but also produced the film. She trained for months on the ice, fully transforming into the controversial athlete. The performance was fearless, raw, and shocking, earning her an Academy Award nomination. With I, Tonya, Margot proved she wasn't just a Hollywood face. She was a powerhouse shaping her own destiny. Lucky Chap went on to back critically acclaimed films like Promising Young Woman, further solidifying her influence. The Barbie phenomenon. In 2023, Margot Robbie became the face of one of cinema's biggest cultural events, Barbie. Directed by Greta Gerwig, the film turned what many expected to be a lighthearted toy adaptation into a billion-dollar social statement. Margot wasn't just the star. She was also a producer, deeply involved in shaping the project. Barbie became a cultural flashpoint, sparking debates about feminism, gender roles, and identity. For Margot, it was the ultimate validation. She wasn't just playing a role. She was leading one of the most successful films in history. Behind the glamour. But fame has a dark side. Margot has openly spoken about the pressure of living under constant paparazzi surveillance, often feeling trapped in Hollywood's expectations. She avoids social media to protect her mental health, saying it makes her life 10 times better. She has also admitted to suffering from imposter syndrome, even after Oscar nominations and box office success. In interviews, Margot has confessed she sometimes wonders if her career is just luck, and if people will eventually find her out. Her darkest moments include brutal media scrutiny after Suicide Squad's mixed reviews, and the fear that art pop style career collapse could hit her at any moment, like it has for other stars. But instead of breaking, she kept reinventing herself. Legacy and the future. Margot Robbie's story is not just about stardom. It's about resilience, strategy, and reinvention. She turned childhood hardship into ambition, rejection into persistence, and typecasting into a platform for power. From The Wolf of Wall Street to Barbie, from soap operas in Australia to producing Oscar-winning films, Margot has rewritten the rules for women in Hollywood. She is no longer just an actress. She is a mogul, a cultural force, and a symbol of modern celebrity. And if history has taught us anything, it's that Margot Robbie's greatest chapters are still to come.